Hello everyone and welcome to Chicks with Crits. I am your Saskatoon Berry, Cheyenne. I will be playing your DM. And I will also be playing Emrys, who is a turnip. Because Katie is not here. And with us today is our wonderful strawberry, Caitlin.
And I will be playing Iron Mesh.
And also with us is our raspberry, Alicia.
And I will be playing Barkas, your Tiefling druid.
Also with us is our blueberry, Megan.
And I will be playing your illustrious and spiritual liege, Keo the Blue, Paladin, Fortuna.
And last but not least, we have our, oh my god, I forgot what you are.
I'm a freaking cranberry woman!
Sorry.
This woman hates me! She's been skipping me! She does not love me! And I do shit for her!
Please keep this intro.
I'm sorry, we have our cranberry Aquila.
Who is playing Red the Druid, who may or may not attack the DM later.
And this is Chicks with Crits presents The Sun, the Moon, and What Falls in Between, the Twilight City, Chapter 1. It's been about a year since the incidents with the ogres, and since most of the party has been lost in the forest. You guys have managed to find your way back to the city, and have found out that no one can come or go. If you try to leave the city from any direction, you immediately end up on the opposite end. If you tried to go through the front gate, you'll end up in the back forest, and so on and so forth. The sky is permanently twilight. The animals and plants around have begun to slowly wither and die away. Within the city, there's about only 100 people left. The king and queen are doing their best to keep everyone as happy as possible, but it is getting more difficult. There's less food every day, and hope seems to be dwindling. And we go to the castle, and that's where we find Keo. What have you been doing this last year?
I've been doing my duties to patrol and stop any rabble from happening.
Yeah, and that's actually what you're doing right now. You've heard of a disturbance, a possible robbery that's going on.
And I set out to fulfill my duty.
And as you're walking through the city, I'd like you to roll a perception check.
That would be 14.
Yeah, you can hear the sound, as you're walking through the city, you can start to hear like the sounds of one of the more broken down homes. You can hear like some voices. And actually, you see a door open and out steps a pair of thieves that you've come to know, Emrys and Iron Mesh. And they're standing in the doorway right now. Iron Mesh, as you leave the building, you see one of the guards, Keo, standing in front. What are you going to do?
I have an arm full of just random stuff. I quickly toss it back into the house as if nothing's happened.
Emrys does the same, quickly tossing a small pillowcase of belongings behind him as well.
Hello, friend. How are you today?
I am good, seeing I see that you're up to your no good tomfoolery.
What? No.
Lies and slander!
There's always lies and slanders with you two.
I tell nothing but the helpful truth.
Helpful only to yourselves.
That's right.
And your point?
And this is your third strike, and now you have to go spend some time in the jails
I'm
again.
pretty sure it's like the 17th, but who's counting?
I'll be damned before I go to jail! And Emrys, who's standing on Iron Mesh's shoulders, is pointing down at you, Keo. It's a challenge.
Challenge I accept. I grab Emrys and pluck him off Iron Mesh's shoulders and run.
Emrys is gonna see if he can hold on. And he actually manages to, he manages to hold on to Iron Mesh's head.
Well,
I go
I'm
up
bringing both of them with me.
I punch away his arm.
I would like to roll
Roll
see.
a strength check to see if you can punch away Keo's arm that's reaching for Emrys.
18.
Right.
18, yeah, you also roll an opposing strength check.
That would be also 18. Rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh.
Challenge accepted in the realm of rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
Don't
Rock,
lose that one.
paper, scissors.
Ha! Yes!
Fudge! Paper beats rock!
Yeah, Iron Mesh is able to just, like, throw your arm away. And as that happens, Emrys, in preparation for a fight, goes to try and jump at Kyo. And with a 4, as he's jumping off, he's basically just trying to jump onto Kyo and is failing right now.
I roll to grab.
Okay?
I got 19.
19, without missing a beat. As Emrys is trying to fly and kick through the air, just lands into Kyo's open arms.
And I run.
I would like you to roll, I guess, athletics.
So that would be 17.
17. Yeah, Kyo begins to take off. Iron Mesh, what are you going to do? The giant metal man just kidnapped your friend.
Suppose I'll chase after him.
Give me an athletics check as well.
Where am I looking? There it is, 21.
21. Well, Kyo did have like a quick 5 seconds ahead of you. You are right on his tail, running through the city as fast as you can. Emrys screaming away. This is wrong! This is kidnapping!
I yell, and I calmly say, this is not kidnapping, you are under arrest.
Police brutality!
I did not hurt you.
False accusations!
And I'd like both of you to roll perception checks as you're starting this running through the city.
I got a 16.
18.
As you begin running through the streets, you see that there's a small group of people that are beginning to walk, like across the street, and you're able to swerve out of their way, and you as well, Iron Mesh, without any issues of slowing down. And I'd like you guys to roll athletics checks again, both of you.
I got a natural 20.
21 again. 21 again. Holy shit.
Well, I have a +4.
Okay, so I rolled a 20. It's in athletics. It's 23.
Yeah, you're still able to keep up with Kyo, but he's slowly beginning to get farther away from you. But you can still definitely keep up with him right now. And actually, there's another group of people that are kind of wandering around. You guys are kind of making a spectacle of yourselves. Well, Emrys is, screaming, and people are starting to wonder what's going on. But most of them aren't really doing anything, because they know about you and Emrys. You two have been a scourge upon the city. I say scourge, looting the mostly abandoned homes.
They abandoned it. It's not theirs anymore. How is it stealing?
I don't know if willfully abandoned is the best way, but
I don't judge.
Kyo yells back, we've been through this before. They were unwillingly parted with it. It's not up for debate whether or not you can salvage anything.
I'd like you to make a perception check as you yell that back at Iron Mesh.
16.
16. Yeah, you're able to still kind of see where you're going, and actually, as you're continuing to run through the homes, we cut to our druidic friend Red, who's just woken up from the night. It's really hard to tell time in a situation where there's no
I was tired.
proper time.
I lay down. That is it.
But yeah, you've just woken up and you can hear screaming outside the door, outside your windows, of, police brutality and such, and you hear like loud stomping, and as you look through your window, you see the unsettling metal man running with, roll a perception check for me, please.
Or do you just want me to use my passive again?
No, you're actively looking.
Okay, actively looking. So that's 12.
A 12. You think maybe he may have stolen someone's baby, but the way that it's screaming, there's no possible way that it's
As
a
I run
baby.
past. Hi, Red.
Roll to see if he even sees me.
Yeah, roll for perception. Why not?
With a 15.
With a 15, yeah, you have to know this is where the folk hero Red has taken up residence.
Hi, Red.
And as it is happening, you see Iron Mesh, the beautiful peacock dancer. Maybe peacock dancer?
Pretty sure it was a peacock.
From
I know.
before. Yeah, chasing down Kyo.
And I'm aware they've been causing trouble.
Yes.
At least this one anyway.
Yeah, they've been avoiding work, trying to steal extra food.
Despite how much the metal moving thing that somehow is alive, it's technically trying to keep the
Entangle.
You cast Entangle? Alright. Roll to see if you can hit Iron Mesh, I guess, with it.
17 plus something. 19?
Yeah, so Iron Mesh, I'd like you to make a perception check as you're running by the Folk Hero Red's home.
I got a 15.
A 15, you notice that there are vines beginning to sprout from the ground, and I'd actually like you to make a strength saving throw.
21.
21. You're just completely concentrated on going after Emrys, and even though the vines are grasping at your legs, you manage to like rip your legs free, and even though you've slowed down a bit, you've managed. You can still see Kyo in the distance. You can still keep up.
Never skip leg day.
Never. The dancer's legs are her pride. And as you continue running through, we actually go to Barakas. You also have pretty much just woken up, and you can continue to hear the commotion that's going on outside. You feel a slight surge of energy magic. Are you going to check what's going on out there?
Yeah, might as well. See what earns my anger.
I'd like you to roll a perception check, please.
Nat 20.
Yeah, as you look out, you see the guard, Kyo, running away with Emrys in his arms, the super annoying little gnome. And you see Iron Mesh, and actually you just see Red cast a spell and try and stop Iron Mesh from taking them down. So what do you want to do in this situation?
I'd like to roll to see if this is Barakas' house. So I can say the same thing. Hi, Barakas!
I don't think you even know Barakas is there.
Probably not.
You
Never mind.
would probably know him as the rat, as one of the rat
Farmers.
breeders.
Well, he wouldn't tell us he didn't tell us his name, remember? You know me as Nowhere. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you can roll another perception.
Who am I more annoyed by? The gnome
14.
or the gnome's friend?
14. Yeah, you would know that this is Nowhere's home.
I know where! As I'm running past.
The gnome screams in his arms.
Who's making the most noise? Emrys for
Emrys
sure.
is screaming the loudest, but there's like Iron Mesh who's kind of maybe shaking the ground as she's running by, like full tilt sprint after him.
The tremors would have woken me up more than the screaming noises. So I'm gonna cast Entangle to try to get Iron Mesh tripped up.
Alright,
always me?
go for it.
And that's
Yeah, what
one
about-
action.
It's because they know.
Nobody.
Is 19.
A 19. And what exactly does Entangle do again?
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground of the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. Creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On its success, it frees itself. So it basically grapples.
So, yeah.
For a minute is the duration.
So once again, I'd like you, Iron Mesh, to make another strength saving throw as the vines just continue sprouting up in front of you.
5.
A 5. No, this time as you're running, they manage to like climb up your legs and begin to grab your arms, and you, my poor friend, have fallen down, and you see Kyo just running off in the distance, sat with your sad little Emrys, screeching away. Emrys! Iron Mesh!
You hear dark chuckles from a cabin nearby.
Broody one, let me go, please!
I'm broody now! Roll for persuasion.
Me?
Yeah.
Fear the
That
one.
made my
21.
day.
21. You hear her plea in the distance. Are you gonna let her go?
The one that broods.
Yeah. I rolled a 6 to make a decision, and yeah.
And
Just before the spell ends up, like 5 seconds left of the spell, I released a spell.
And with that, the vines fall away from your body, iron mesh. And I'd like you to make a perception check.
15.
15. You saw the way that Keo was headed. You definitely know he's headed to the castle. I'd like you to make a history check. You've been here for about a year, so you might know some better ways to get there.
16.
16. Yeah, you know a few shortcuts on how to head to the castle quickly. And instead of falling right after Keo, you cut down an alley and begin to run. And I'd like you to make an acrobatics check.
Kyo does have a 55-second head start.
He does.
Entangle lasts a minute.
24. Yeah, as you begin running through this alley, you're able to like jump over the trash and everything. There's a fence at the end. You hop over it, and you manage to hop from the fence actually up onto a roof. Thankfully, it's not one of the more dilapidated buildings, but now that you're up there, you can definitely get to the castle faster, and you begin to run. And Keo, right now, I'd like you to make an athletics check.
21.
21, yeah, you continue running straight on, and actually you find your way into the town square. No, you managed to find your way into the town square now.
I'm still running.
Yeah, and I'd like you to make a perception check, actually.
I got 16.
Yeah, with a quick glance, you happen to see in the distance
A beautiful sight. A pirouetting iron mesh from rooftop to rooftop.
you do notice that the Goliath is in fact, on the roofs now, making a beeline towards the castle to where you're headed. And as that's happening, actually, you notice there's also some of the guards from the castle. They're running up to you because they can hear the screaming and such, and they fall, in line in front of you. Keo, what would you like us to do?
I would, as this is happening, I would like you two to run two different ways to the castle, making it look like you're holding something. I cover his mouth, Emerson's mouth. I want you to try and stop her, but don't try too hard. As I make the gesture of trying to wink.
You just kind of like you like turn your head and just like nod.
And they're like, okay.
You got it, boss. And they
All right.
kind of look around. One of them grabs a small like barrel off the ground, and the other guy just grabs like some rags
And we make a
kind of
beeline for
bundles
the
it.
castle.
Yeah, they split up. And one of them is headed kind of straight where you're running on the roofs. And I'd like you to make another acrobatics check.
Just do perception to see if she notices.
You would have been a bit too far away to see it in the main square.
17.
17. You notice... No, wait. That was acrobatics. I'm sorry. You continue running on the roofs, managing to avoid the ones that would collapse under you. And actually, I'd like you to roll perception.
Yeah, I don't notice a goddamn thing. 3.
No, not at all, as you continue running. And actually, since you're a bit distressed going on right now, you don't notice, the guard that seems to be holding a mysterious bundle in his arms. No, you don't notice him. And actually, he doesn't notice you either because he can't see shit. But you continue, running on your way towards the castle, getting faster and faster.
Do I come to the front of the castle where the guards are lined up?
Not just yet, but you're about to get there, and you actually do see there are some guards that are beginning to gather there, but you don't see the metal man.
He must have gone into the castle.
So, what do you plan to do?
I'm going straight for the fucking front doors.
You're gonna run for the front doors. All right. Was it Keo? You're still running towards the castle. What are you going to do right now? You do still have Emrys in your arms.
Do I know a secret way into the castle?
You do, but it would take you a long time to get around towards the back of the castle.
Since she doesn't know where I am, I think I'm good. Wink.
So you're gonna try and go around, and Emrys, he's actually wiggling around. He's gonna try to escape you. I'd like you to make a strength check for me, please.
20 non-natural.
Despite his wiggling, he only managed to get like his head free and lets out like a piercing wail before you quickly cover his mouth again. And Iron Mesh would like you to make another perception check.
10.
10. You think you can hear his scream still in the city, but you're not quite sure. And actually, as that's happening, you see a guard darting through an alley, and he's holding a small bundle in his arms. What are you going to do?
I'm still gonna head right for the castle.
You're still gonna head right there, and and there's about 5 guards waiting there with their spears ready, and they see you. I want you to make a performance check as you jump down from the roof.
Oh, yes. 19.
19. Perfect superhero landing as you launch yourself off the roof right in front of these guards.
Can I make intimidation?
Yes, you can.
Another 19.
God, I wish I was there to witness that, because that would have been so cool.
Yeah, and as you slam down in front of them, you notice one of the guards in the middle with his spear. He looks at you, tears begin to form in his eyes. It's like, it's her again!
So I walk up slowly. My arms just kind of out like, this is how it's going to be again, boys.
Yeah.
This is really how we're going to do this.
And then one guy's kind of cowering in fear. And Keo, I'd like you to make an athletics check as you continue running. And a perception as well.
Alright, so for my athletics, I've got myself 17, and for perception?
Yeah.
Alright, that would be a 16.
Yeah, you continue on pretty much with nothing like in your way, but you, as you're heading towards like the back of the castle, you do happen to notice Iron Mesh is walking up the front gates at 5 of your guards, and maybe one of them is beginning to cry. But yeah, you do see that in the distance. Iron Mesh is there for Emily.
No! In my heart, I know, Lenny.
I then take my daggers out, and I throw them to the ground. And I say, I don't need any special weapons to take you out.
Dear sweet Lenny.
And Lenny, like, he's looking at you and he's like, alright guys, let's get ready to go. And they all point their spears, like, directly at you. And roll for initiative.
Oh dear God, we're really gonna lose some guards here.
18.
18.
Except for the one guy cowering in the corner.
Well, Lenny, with actually a surprising burst of courage, runs at you with his spear. He's going to attempt to stab you. He got a 12.
Nope.
No.
So I want to make then an acrobatics check to like gracefully dart around him.
Alright, yeah, roll.
17.
17. Yeah, you're able to just like gracefully pirouette around him and kind of he loses balance.
I want to like
falls
elbow
over.
him in the back of the head just to knock him out.
Yeah, he falls over.
I don't want to kill these guys. I just want to get them out of my way.
He's like, yeah, he falls over with a whimper. No! And the other 4 are staring at you, and one of them, he also runs after Lenny. His name is Kenny.
Lenny, Kenny, Benny, Sunny.
Is there a Jenny? Like your Jenny.
There's a single Jenny. But yeah,
With the red hair.
but yeah, Kenny is, he's running at you and attempting once again to stab you. Will a 15 hit?
Barely.
It does hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's just like he's just trying to go for, your shoulder, and he manages to give you like a nice little stab there. A nice
Okay,
little
so
stab.
it's like in my shoulder then right now, and he's still holding on to it.
Yeah.
I start to push him back. I grab onto the spear, and I start to push back.
Give me a strength check.
I'm gonna go with an unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. Yeah, you managed to shove him down into the ground, and you stand up, and it's your turn now.
Okay, and then there's one knocked out behind me.
Yeah.
One on the ground underneath me.
Yes. And then there's the 3 standing there.
Oh god, this is amazing. Okay. I'm going to grab the spear, hold over his head, and go to throw it down, but I'm gonna like just miss, like as an intimidation.
Roll for intimidation.
That time I got a 13.
You manage to cut his cheek as it goes down, but you've got your point across as you're staring at the three of them.
Not beautiful, Benny.
And I'm staring at them in the eye as I do. I didn't even look at him. All you have to do is step aside.
What do you want? Jenny is standing, the one lady there. She's like, what do you want?
I just want my Emrys back. That's it. And to walk away.
Jenny puts her spear down, and Lenny does as well, but I don't know. Sunny, yeah. But Sunny's still standing there firm and pointing at you, and he's going to attempt to stab you again. But he misses completely. As he runs for it, he trips over his friend's body on the ground.
I do a leapfrog over him.
I would like you to make an acrobatics check.
With pointed toes?
18.
18, yeah. You slam your hand down on his back and launch yourself over. And you begin running up the castle gates.
No, before I do that, I land beside Jenny and the other guy. I just give him the nicest smile, pats on the head, and then I take off.
Yeah, you've kind of broken their morale right there. You and Emrys you keep escaping over and over no matter what. And yeah, you begin to head your way up to the main gate, and there's like another guard there, and he's staring in fear at you. And Keo, you've managed to finally make your way like inside of the castle.
I do what I do. I strip Emrys down and put him in a cell with a blanket.
Yeah, you managed to throw him there, so yeah, you managed to throw him in there without much issues. He's crying out still for his beautiful iron mesh. No! We will get out! You'll see! You will see!
The blue does not favor you, tiny child.
He glares at you, and you begin to hear like a commotion upstairs.
I make my way upstairs, and I want to jump this one on by surprise.
You wouldn't exactly be able to do that. She's still outside, like in the front gate, but you can hear like the sounds of a few other of the guards and soldiers beginning to run through the halls. And actually, one of them, he stops by you, and he's like, "Iron mesh is at the front gates.
I got this.
Do your best." And as you're running by, you kind of wait. Roll perception.
I got 17.
As you're running by, the king opens like a door or whatever, and the king kind of steps in the hall, and he sees you running by, and you see the king and queen kind of standing there really confused.
I got this, your majesties. I got this.
All right. Then you begin to head your way back to the main gate. Iron mesh. There are 2 guards at the main gate that you're currently in battle with. Roll initiative. 13. You get to go first as the 2 are suddenly oh my god, you're here!
As I'm running up, I jump into the air and I roundhouse kick one of them in the head.
Make an acrobatics check for that.
Natural 20!
Please don't break their necks.
No, it's not to break their necks.
She honestly might have.
Just to
You can't really pull that punch.
Let's see.
Depends on how bad they fail.
Yeah.
Iron mesh. And have you seen Iron Mesh's weight?
Yeah, as you run up and launch yourself in the air, you knock the fuck out of one of them. Just he falls off the gate, down into the moat. And the other one is standing there in pure terror as to what's going on.
I look him in the eye and say, "You want to be next?"
He drops his weapon.
And then I just briskly walk inside.
And as you walk inside, you actually see Keo standing there in the hall.
I'm charging.
Okay, yeah, you see Keo running down the hall.
I want a tornado DDT. Alright, so I'm charging at her, and I'm gonna lunge at her tornado DDT style.
Alright, roll to see if you hit.
Can you explain what that is for people who don't know what that is? It's
Yeah,
literally,
you
I jump, use my momentum, swirl around her, and basically
Bring
KO
me
her.
down.
Yeah, bring her down. So,
Wrestling.
Too
22.
bad we're not recording on Monday.
Because the
19.
22 hits.
Well, yeah.
But I would like you to make an athletics check, like an acrobatics as this is happening.
Strength, acrobatics.
Yeah.
My acrobatics is a natural 20,
Okay.
and my strength is a 17.
So yeah, Artemis, you step and you see Keo running down the hall. You prepare yourself. And yeah, in a blur of motion, you're grabbed onto. You feel like you're being like whipped around and then you're slammed onto the ground. Keo's standing over you. What are you going to do now that you're finally in the castle?
I didn't knock her out with that?
How much damage did it do?
You never give me any damage dice to do.
You know what? Roll a roll a d6 and add your strength mod to that.
9 damage.
9 damage. You feel, a bit winded, but Ironmesh, what are you going to do now that you're laying there?
I'm gonna try a twist to get back on top. So that'd be acrobatics.
Yeah, we'll go with acrobatics.
19.
19. Yeah, she's managed to
Do you want me to see if I can
roll
defend
strength
against
is roll strength too. But yeah, right now she's managed to wiggle around, spin you around. Now she's on top, and there seems to be a straight up wrestling match going on now in the middle of the hall.
Yeah, it was 15.
15, yeah. She still managed to have you pinned, but now you guys are both locked. Both of your hands are locked together now. I want you guys to make, opposing strength checks. Natural 20.
18 plus 3, so 21.
It's almost like a standstill, for about a minute. It's like you both are struggling, and then Iron Mesh finally slams your arms down into the ground. And at this time, more guards have gathered. And actually, Iron Mesh, you see, I would like you to roll perception real quick.
12.
Yeah, there's more guards gathering around, but actually, you notice they're kind of parting, and there's a woman. You think that she's one of the king's advisors, and she's beginning to slowly walk down the hallway towards where this is happening.
I don't notice this, but I take the initiative while she's looking over. I swing around her and just lift her. Yeah, suplex. Thank you.
You're gonna attempt to suplex.
Yeah.
I guess roll. I guess roll for that.
Do you want athletics and strength?
Yeah, I guess continue, and you roll an opposing as well, both of you.
Both of them?
Yeah, you're both rolling against each other now.
For what though? Athletics or strength?
You for strength.
19.
Athletics, I got a 21, and for strength, I got a 20.
You've managed. Well, you're not exactly you couldn't exactly suplex, but you've managed to
No, the way.
Oh.
I didn't describe it properly, but what I do is I swing behind her, grab her by the waist, and that's what I do.
But I almost matched your strength, so you don't entirely do that.
But you are able, as you managed to lift her, and you managed to again pin her down underneath you, and you're successfully pinned. And the ladies continue to walking towards you, and she raises her hand at you, and I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, Iron Mesh.
Really?
Yes.
I was gonna yell, someone
7.
get irons.
Sorry, what is
7.
it? Yeah, so you roll a 7. Your mind begins to grow weary, and you begin to pass out, and everything fades to black.
This is an oddly comfortable position.
And as you wake up, you find yourself being dragged down a set of stairs to a cell, and you can hear quiet whimpering, and you notice Emrys is locked up, and you were thrown into where do you want to throw her?
I'm putting her into a jail adjacent to Emrys, but I take all of her stuff and give her a blanket.
You just like getting into people's pants, don't you?
It's the only way you can.
I do not understand the phrase, but okay.
And you're left there without any of your things, and
That's a nice warm blanket.
exactly. And normally they would come down and try and get you to bring you to trial, but this time no one else seems to be coming for you, just to bring you food, and you're left alone there. What do you do?
Absolutely nothing. I don't do sit-ups. Gotta keep those abs. But that's it. for once and for the first time in my life, I missed Lake Day.
No. And with that, we go back to the city, back to where Red is, and where Barakas are. After all of that crazy commotion, you guys have no idea what went down at the castle, but your guys' day begins. Red, how are you beginning your day?
Well, like I do every day, go out, see if I can find any loose rats that haven't been rounded up, and butcher and or kill, and whichever way you prefer, cook them and bring them to those who really need to eat something. And if I don't, I have to go pay Nowhere a visit.
And so that's what you've been doing these last few months, collecting the rats and helping feed the people. They're very grateful to you. And I'd like you to make a perception check as you're hunting through the city now.
That is a 23.
23, yeah. You managed to find like a few loose rats still wandering free. Mostly kind of towards the edge of the forest. They've kind of begun to figure out that you don't want to go in there anymore.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, and you stare at the slowly dying trees and the shudder runs through you.
And also walking around with earplugs.
Yeah, the screaming of the plants and animals has begun to die down, mostly because they've begun to die down. Yeah, you're able to find about 5 rats, and that's okay, but it's not nearly enough.
Okay, Nowhere is it?
And yeah, you begin to head back into town, back into your little outskirts hut, and towards where Nowhere lives. Nowhere, how are you beginning your day now that all the craziness has died down?
Me checking on my little ratlings.
And you hear like the happy squeaking. Oh, hey, cool, you're back. You also hear some unhappy squeaking. Some of the rats are fighting. There seems to be some marital problems going on right now.
I'm gonna separate them.
And you just hear like the tiny angry squeaks. Yeah, they refuse to mate anymore. But now that they're separated, things might be alright.
I'll give them a little break and then I'll change up the partners.
I'd like you to make a charisma check.
21.
21, yeah, you are the best rat wingman in this entire city.
Marriage counselor for rats.
Barakas. Marriage counselor. MD. Oh, sorry, PhD.
Dr. Barkas. Yeah, you've managed to calm them down, and things seem to be going pretty well. And actually, you hear like a light knock on the door.
I grunt, as to say, who is it?
It's Rad. Any chance you've got any no longer usable?
Yes, I have a particular husband who was hurting his wife. You can have that one. He's pretty big.
Works for me.
No! You like hear his tiny little rat voice screaming out as you hand him over to Red, squeaking out in terror because he knows. And also, he's like, "There he goes! Just hear his sad little voice. They know. The rats who do not cooperate, they know what happens to them. They become rat steaks.
Rat skewers, rat stew, rat. Ratatouille.
Rat
bobs.
Yeah, and as that's happening, like you hear like there's like another like knock on the door, and there's a few like other people who are hopefully wanting to procure some rats for the day. They happen to notice that Red went over.
Red prepares most of the rats and catches them for the town, so.
Why did you bring them to me?
You know that they've already known about you. They're just blaming me for it.
They didn't come to my door before.
It's because you didn't look right, cast magic or look scary enough when I answered the door. You let me answer the door. Next time, answer the door, look like an evil, maniacal maniac, and they won't come near it.
Oh, pardon me? And there's like an older man. He's like, "Hello, Red. I was wondering if you had any more rats for today. We've run out of our rations already."
Open up the bag.
he like kind of like smiles. Oh, that'll be very nice. And he's like, I'll meet you at the town square. He's one of the men who kind of helps you gather what he can.
I'll be there in a bit.
And pretty much that's how the days go for everyone now. Red trying to hunt down some of the last remaining rats. Barakas breeding them as well as he can. And that continues on for months. And there's still no sign as to anything changing. Until during one morning, Red and Barakas, you hear there's knocks on your door. And there's a couple guards. And I'd like you to roll for perception.
19. My first 20 of the day.
And you both notice as you like go to your door and like open them, the few guards that are left in the city, they're going around, and you notice like, oh, the rest of the people there beginning to slowly make their way to the castle. There seems to be some kind of announcement that's going to be going on. They'd like you guys to attend.
Alright. Great crowds. Great.
Yeah, and the two of you make your way.
Grudgingly, covered head to toe with my cloak.
And hood up. Yes. As far over face as possible. I think that's both of us.
All you can see is two red glowing eyes.
And you might see the purple flower, aka purple rose. Might. I thought it was blue. Blue! It is blue!
But you guys make your way to the castle, and actually, in the dungeons, right now, Keo, you have been told by the king to go and get Emrys and Iron Mesh.
Okay.
Today, he seems to be slightly excited, or at least a little more hopeful than normal.
He's got a bit of a pep in his step.
Yes. Your king is finally not as upset as normal.
Okay, one, he has good news, or two, he finally got laid. Alright. I do not say this in front of him, this is going on in my mind. I go and get Iron Mesh and Emrys.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Iron Mesh actually understand the term get
No.
laid?
Nope.
So it's just something he picked up from the guards. Got it.
Okay. It makes him one of the boys. I think. I'm using that term correctly.
Jenny does not approve of the term. But, yeah, you make your way down to the dungeons. Iron Mesh, for you, it's hard to tell time, and it feels like it's been forever. Maybe it's been years. How long have you been down here? There's no more dancing, no singing.
My legs have atrophied. They're sticks. All there is bone.
Shriveled sticks?
Yep.
Emrys, he doesn't have his flute. He doesn't try anything anymore. And as you guys are sitting and waiting, eating your rat steaks and your bread, that's what they call it, you hear the door open, which is kind of surprising, and Keo has made his way down to the dungeons.
Your presence has been requested.
Okay, but you're gonna work it for me because I can't walk anymore. You gotta carry me down.
Very well. I pick up Emrys.
It's all your fault that she's like this now, as you tuck him under your arm.
There is no life in this world anymore.
I grab Iron Mesh by her arms, put her over my back, and lift her.
Make a strength check for me.
Well, second potatoes here.
She's pretty much dead weight right now.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Why did you look at your book if you got a nat 20?
And then forgot that I don't have to count it.
Yeah, Keo's managed to hoist you up.
In my delirium of my legs atrophying, you have a pretty nice ass for a robot.
Thanks, my mom forged it out of fire and iron.
Hot.
Fire and steel, there we go.
But,
Very funny.
Tons of funness.
only the best here.
You hear, what is it, Emrys? Like, he's kind of upset that he doesn't get to see, what is it, Keo's ass, but you're escorted out, carried out of the jail cells and actually brought, not through the front gate, but around. And you see, actually, like, you're gonna make a perception check.
Perception.
18.
Emrys don't see shit. But
I
you
pass
notice
Emrys off to one of the guards as he's walking beside me.
one of the other guards, yeah. And actually you notice that there's crowds beginning to form. A small crowd is beginning to form in front of the castle, and you can actually see the king and the queen are descending.
Do you
The
want their
stairs.
attention?
Sure.
No one's paying attention to you right now, Iron Mesh, sadly.
It just keeps getting worse.
But yeah, as you get to the crowd, Emrys is released, and you are set down, Iron Mesh.
He has to keep holding me up. At least looks like I'm standing. Basically holding out in front, because I can't see shit if I'm on the ground.
Yeah. When you set her down, she begins to slightly lean over.
I look up at you. Hi. Hello.
Basically, I just turn around. Like, I can hear it, but I let Iron Mesh take a look. I'm not gonna hold her up. I'm just like this, but I turn around so she can see.
And yeah, you actually see the king standing there, and he looks out into the crowd, and he finally addresses you all. Today is the anniversary of my children's disappearance. I know that this year has been hard on all of you, with no one able to leave or come for aid. Me and my wife, we have been working tirelessly to find a way to free you all. I cannot set all of you free, but we have found out that we can send a small group out of here to get help for us. I will not abandon you. I will stay by your sides and do my best to take care of you as I can. I choose to believe in the people here. I know that among you that there must be some people who can stand together and get through 3 trials that I have come up with. If you can pass through all 3 trials, you will be let out of the city. You must find my children and return them here to break the curse. For those of you who wish to take part of this, behind the castle to the north, please meet me in an hour. There is your first task. And with that, he bows to the group, and he retreats back inside the castle with his wife. And throughout the crowd, there's soft murmurs and whispers. For the first time, there's been hope in this city, and I want you guys all to make perception checks.
8. 20. Unnatural.
19.
Well,
You guys notice, like, in the crowd, yeah, you hear, like, their soft whisperings and such. You see families taking, like, their children, like, away who are kind of excited. And you see, like, the elderly slowly backing off and heading back into the city. There's only a few people that are beginning to stay. There's a set of twins. There's an old woman and, like, a young girl. She's about maybe 13. She's standing strong.
I want to intimidate the old woman to go away.
You want to intimidate the old woman? Sure. You
I'll
can
rattle
try.
my chains, so advantage on the roll.
Okay.
Intimidation. So, 21.
21. She kind of backs off away from you and begins to, like, walk away with the younger girl, but then, like, you kind of notice there's a young woman. You recognize her. In the last year, there's only been one baby born. It was hers. It didn't make it through, and you see she's kind of, like, stopping the old woman and the young girl, and she's talking to them. And pretty much throughout the rest of the crowd, most of the people have walked away. There's a group of about 4 hunters kind of standing together. And what are you guys gonna do?
Look awesome on the cover of a boy band.
You do kind of look that way with Iron Mesh leaning against you. Yeah, and
HUD tightly secured. Thank you very much.
yeah, so as the time draws near, you guys begin to slowly walk. Or Iron Mesh, what are you gonna do? The guards are kind of, like, coming around you, and, like, Emrys, they're gathering up with Keo, and they want to go to the tasks as well.
I leave Iron Mesh in the capable hands of Emrys.
Emrys is going to attempt to help and hold you up. You fall over.
I never said I let go of Keo, though.
You're gonna try and
No,
hold
I
on.
let go of you.
Yeah, but I didn't let go of you. My arms were fine.
Make a strength check, both of you.
Not 20.
7.
Yeah, Keo kind of manages to push you off, and Emrys is trying to hold you and falls over. But he looks at you. This is our way out. He pats your cheeks. This is our way out. We can do it. Come on, Mesh. Come on.
What?
It's not very convincing. But he really wants you to go.
Okay, fine. I start crawling.
The fact that I can picture Emerson's feet.
Let's go.
Ambrose, hold my feet.
Okay.
He'll grab my feet and we'll wheelbarrow ourselves there.
All right. He's doing his best.
Am I just actually dragging him as I'm going?
Basically, that's what's going on.
Determination never looked at that.
I have that image in my head and that's amazing.
So, Iron Mesh, I'd like you to make a strength check.
Okay.
Since you're just going with your arms.
17.
17. You're managing to keep pace with everyone, actually. And yeah, it seems small groups are forming. There's a group of 4 hunters.
I'm not gonna lie. When Keo sees Iron Mesh do that, he's gonna be impressed.
Yeah!
And you are impressed as you see them keeping up pace with you and the guards. Emerson kind of trying his best. He's hopped on your back. He can't carry your legs.
I turn and I am going to talk to the fellow guardsmen who want to join.
Yeah.
That I need them to stay here and make sure, like, only a few people can go, but the people here need protection.
Kenny, he looks up at you, stars in his eyes, most likely tears. He kind of looks at you, he's like, yeah, you're right, we should stay here and protect everyone. He kind of glances over at you, Iron Mesh. We'll stay back. And the E guards, that's just their name now, the E's, they kind of step back. And they're letting you go forward, Keo. And you plan to forge on alone. Kind of without even realizing it, you're heading there on your own.
I look down at Iron Mesh and I pick her up.
I look at him, hands clasped, my hero.
Emrys manages to hold onto Iron Mesh's back.
Yeah!
I got 17 to strength to pick both them up.
Sorry.
I'm piggyback.
Slowly the muscle in my legs start coming back as the hope fills my heart.
I got Iron Mesh in a full piggyback and Emrys on her.
Exactly. Actually, I'd like you to roll for hope, Iron Mesh.
For hope.
Now, is that a percentile or?
It's a 16, my day.
It's a 6 and your legs feel stronger than ever. They begin to feel strong again.
Keo's just like, what is going on? And he's just like, slowly my legs
Actually, my hands are probably upon her baddie.
On her butt, yeah, as he's carrying you.
My butt is getting, like, more defined.
Not as defined as mine.
Yours is chiseled. We can't do much about that.
And
It is literally chiseled.
Yeah.
As is my pecs.
hashtag perfect booty.
Perfect booty.
At least until, you know, somebody hits it with a pickaxe. And you win.
But as that's happening, as you, Emrys, and Keo are kind of together now, just ahead of you, there's the group of 4 hunters, Red and Barakas. But one of the hunters, he's walking up to you, Red. He's kind of stepping in line beside you. Do you think it's such a good idea for you to be leaving the city right now? You're the one who's been kind of providing everything. As much food as they can for everyone. Sure, it's a good idea.
I'm sorry, what is a hunter's job?
We hunt. And we've been doing our best.
So are you telling me you are inadequate at doing such a job that you need me to stay here to do your jobs?
Not at all. I'm just kind of stepping up. Just kind of standing a bit taller. I just think since you're the one who's been in charge of this, you should stay. I mean, I think the people need you.
So you think I can do plenty by staying here and doing nothing?
Well, if there's some honor in your work, he's a little bit thrown off by you.
No, what you're asking me to do is stay back and be a quiet, nice little female.
No, not at all. I'm just kind of like awkwardly standing there. Like, that's,
Then may I ask what is wrong with me going?
we need. I don't know. The other ones are kind of like awkwardly staring. They're just like, just fucking keep going, man. And they're walking past you, Barakas. And they're just trying to get away from Red as best as possible. She's kind of slowed down now, and without
Skipping her step.
without like kind of realizing it, you kind of the conversation stopped a bit, and now you're kind of keeping step with Iron Mesh and Keo and
Never
Everest.
back down.
Without even realizing it, you're kind of walking behind them now,
Yeah.
or beside them.
Preach it, sister!
I give a thumbs up while I'm holding them.
And as that's going on, Barakas, you seem to be the only one without yourself. I'd like you to roll a perception.
Hold on 1 second. So you're holding my butt, and you just gave a thumbs up.
You know what?
No, I don't know where you're coming from. No. With one hand, I release. I reach out and do a thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I had to!
No. Look up. I want you to make a strength check with your legs. Because you can let go.
By one hand.
I'm
Flop sideways.
A 15.
You feel like her legs just like strangle like around like your torso when you give the thumb up. She's able to completely hold herself up.
I'm
now.
sorry, I had to bring that up.
No, it needs to be said.
I was tempted to go, ooh, and to see if you guys just...
No,
Ooh,
you were
my.
thinking it.
Okay.
You're definitely not the only one thinking it.
Oh my goodness.
Inappropriateness aside, shall we continue?
Oh, it's gonna get inappropriate soon.
It's already gotten there.
Yes, I'm sorry. Barakas, please roll perception.
21.
21. You notice there's the group of hunters that Red scared off, but there's also, you notice the old lady is there along with like the young girl and the young mother as well, but the twins who you saw in the crowd, they've gathered with those ladies as well. It seems that they've created a group. And the guards are gone, so it seems to be there's 3 distinct groups going on. Red is kind of, since her talking with the hunter, she kind of looks like she's fell in with the city guard and the 2 weirdos who disturb your sleep.
She also weirdly looks a little happy because you can even see a little skip in the step.
You don't think that Red's noticed quite yet what's going on, but you're the only one who's left alone right now. What do you plan on doing?
As I like it.
I want to walk by the group of ladies and, like, you're just gonna make this worse and growl at them. As I go to join Red, because I can tolerate her better than the rest of the people.
They kind of
toleration!
they kind of glare at you as you walk by, but it seems, yeah, you've joined Red, and
Clarification.
yes,
She growled, so doesn't that mean intimidation?
she didn't say she wanted to.
Yeah, but a little growl.
I guess, well, yeah, I was kind of, like, waiting for you to say roll for intimidation.
I was too. I guess, yeah.
DM drop
Yeah,
roll.
you can roll for intimidation.
We picked on our DM today.
You can let me know.
22.
22, yeah, you growl at them and kind of stepping back like a little bit, but they're taking a wider step around you. And as you're walking by, the hunters are still there. They look kind of frazzled.
As I walk by the hunters, I toss them a scroll and, like, here, take care of the rats and feed your frickin' village for once in your life.
and the guy standing there holding it, he kind of looks at you, is like, looks towards you, looks at Red, and just puts his arm out and is like, fine! And the hunters begin to walk away from the group. And Emrys, he's kind of like seeing what's going on.
As I walk away, I pack a pipe and take a food.
Don't pollute.
And Emrys, he's kind of like looking at you, looking at Red, notices your hoods, and since he's gotten his equipment back from the guards, I did not establish that earlier, you, Emrys and Iron Mesh, you've gotten your stuff back.
I pat Keo on the head. Go stand beside them. Go stand beside them right now. Go.
I gently put her down because now it is established that she can hold her own.
I'd like you to make a strength check.
I mean, if I can wrap my
Iron
legs
Mesh.
around him and hold myself, I'm pretty sure.
Or a little baby deer.
It might be just you stay there and somebody let's go.
Yeah, 15.
15, you give a stomp to your legs, and it seems that they're back to their good selves. And Emrys kind of like smiling, like pats your head. He pulls his own hood over his head. He's like, "Come on!" And, like throws your hood over yours, and like kind of motions towards Red and Barakas, who are hooded as well.
And I stand beside there, looking just in the distance, dramatically.
Come on! He like pats your. Come on, let's keep up with them.
1,000-yard stare.
And then Naked Emrys kind of looks over at you, Keo, and let's see if you're close enough for him to jump onto you. Yes! He kind of jumps from Iron Mesh's shoulders to yours, Keo, and he pulls your hood over your head. He's like, "I think that we're a wonderful little group here. Don't you guys agree?" And Red, Barkas, like you guys to make perception checks.
Watch me fail this miserably.
Nat 20.
Oh, shit.
God damn druids.
I rolled a 19. I have a 4 for my perception.
Oh my fucking god, you guys. But you guys have both, like, noticed, oh hey, we're all wearing hoods. We're all walking together. Red, a sense of dread is, like, coming up, is going through your body.
No.
Emrys smiles down at you. Hey, what's up, fearless leader? And yeah, you realize it now. It's just you, all grouped together with all of your hoods up, you kind of standing in front, skipping along happily, and the other group left.
Face palm.
We're gonna be the best around!
No one's ever gonna bring us
I
down.
growl and go to beast shape. And I'm gonna turn into hawk. Wait, no, raven. I'm swamp, not normal.
Oh, I want to say something, but that might get me killed by Barakas. We have our own animal sidekick now!
And as you say that, there's a white splotch suddenly on your shoulder, and Barakas is flying away.
Yeah.
Ass!
You take to the air, and I'd like you to make a perception check now that you're up there.
I hand
Nat 20, oh my god.
I hand a raggedy handkerchief to Iron Mesh to wipe the bird.
Let's see if you can get one bad roll.
What the hell, man?
Roll the Nat 20. Both of them are still here. You can use that.
I'll get 20s from now on, yeah!
Christ.
You take my old handkerchief to wipe the bird poop off you.
I thankfully accept it. Wipe it off, and then I give it to Emrys.
Emrys was standing on Keo's shoulders for this. He made the right choice, apparently.
I do not accept it back.
But, sorry,
It's a
Barakas.
sign of friendship, because if he wasn't my friend, he would have outright killed me. All he did was poop on me. He loves us!
And that is what you hear as you take off into the sky. And as you're looking around, you actually see the northern forest behind the castle. But you also see a carriage being pulled from the back of the castle, being brought out. You see the king, and he seems to be taking some kind of golden creature out back to the entrance of the forest. And that's pretty much all you can see right now.
I'm gonna fly to the entrance to wait for the group to arrive and hide in the trees until they do.
Alright, yeah, I'd like you to make a stealth check as you land.
17.
17, yeah, you managed to
You
hide.
smudged your hand. That's what you did.
You didn't even smudge the dice, you smudged your hand!
Okay. One more of those, and she's getting fresh. She has to use precious. That's just it. I'm not joking.
I'll go
Precious is
through
out.
all of my d20s if you want.
Precious, my giant blue clear D20 is out.
We also have the red one over there too, the Die of Doom.
Precious is crit, so we use that.
We
When
use
she
your
really pisses
secrets.
us off, then we use that one.
Our softball-sized d20s.
I swear I'm not cheating.
Oh,
And she's not! She's not
Softball
cheating!
baseball.
I'm sitting beside her and seeing this fuckery! You clearly sacrificed something before you came
Let's-
here.
I'm a Levain Satanist. We don't sacrifice.
Here's the thing.
Alright then. You have successfully managed to hide yourself within the entrance of the woods. No one will see you.
I'm not even gonna play in a robe this time.
And yeah, you guys managed to arrive at the entrance, and in the distance you guys can see the king riding up on horseback, and behind him is a rather large cage. And I'd like you guys to make I'd like you guys to make perception checks, and Keo, I'd actually like you to make a religion check.
Am I making a perception?
Oh, right, Emrys too.
18.
Emrys has gone blind and cannot see anything.
You're looking at the sun again.
Damn it, Emrys! He
19.
natural one. He
falls off of Keo and knocks unconscious.
He falls off of Keo, yeah.
As
Stop
the
paying
group arrives
attention.
at the entrance, I'll fly out of the trees and transform back into my normal form.
Superhero landing!
Okay,
Yes,
I'll
my
transform
best.
mid-air.
Yes! Make a performance check.
My religion check was
15.
Ha! You do the
Lower
superhero
roll.
landing. Okay, but yeah, for everyone else, you guys, see the king approaching, and inside of the cage looks to be like a golden stag. It's slightly glowing, and for you, Keo, you know that this is a divine beast. It was
I don't have lungs, but
But yeah, you noticed that this was a divine beast. It was a wedding gift from Artemis.
Hector, no.
And that is the thought that goes through your mind as the king pulls up in front of the two groups that are standing there.
So far, I can say this. Beast in cage, Red. Don't look happy.
And it also feels like it's divine.
Red really not looking happy.
Gio is not being happy either because that is Hector and he is his friend.
Barakas is feeling itchy.
The king hops down off of his
I'll scratch
horse.
your feathers.
The king.
I am in.
He's returned to Tiefling.
Okay,
Yes, sweet. Oh, okay. I'm gonna point this out. Horse. People starving. Megan needing to breathe.
I'm gonna roll perception to see how healthy this horse is.
Dear fucking God, let me speak.
16 plus 3, so 19. How healthy is this horse?
It does not look very healthy.
But it's still got meat on its bones, so.
Yes.
Horse meat isn't a good alternative.
But yeah, the king hops
is
off the horse
tasty.
now. And he's headed back to the cage, and he opens it, and the stag calmly walks out. And it follows the king to the entrance of the forest. It stands beside him. And he looks at you, both of your groups. And he smiles.
There's only 2.
Yes.
We're down to the
Oh,
others.
yeah, you got rid of the hunters.
Yeah.
I damaged their mental state and person, and you got.
I just wrecked them.
But yeah, he looks at all of you, and he smiles. Thank you for coming to take part in this task. What you need to do is to bring back this golden stag to me.
In what condition?
Is bring back this golden stag to me. I want you to bring it back unharmed. Whichever group that does this will be the one that continues on. And with that, The golden stag turns away from you and begins to run into the forest. Thank you everyone for listening, and keep on cluckin'.